Hi there, Mr. Longstaff here with another video for my YouTube channel, Brand Longstaff Music. This video is going to be for Lawson Heights grade 6 students. Everyone is welcome to watch it, of course, but the information in here will be mostly applicable to grade 6 students who go to Lawson Heights, because I'll be using the Tradition of Excellence band book, which is the band book that we use in grade 6 at Lawson. So the tunes that I'm going to play for you today will be on page 17 and 18. We'll look at page 19 next video, I think. We're not quite ready to get there, but the tunes we're going to play today are 62 and 63 on page 17. We'll also do 65 on page 17. Then we'll turn the page and we will play 70, 71, and 72. As I have done in the past, I'll count them in out loud. You'll be able to play along with me if you wish, or just listen, it's up to you. But if you do want to play along with me, it won't be that hard to do, because I'll count them in out loud, and you'll also be able to hear me breathe, so you'll know exactly when to start. And I'm going to have a quick sip of water here, and then we'll start with number 62 and counter in 3. So this one is in 3/4 time. Take a look at the key signature at the beginning of 62. It's going to be no flats or sharps for the alto saxes. It's going to be 1 flat for the trumpets and clarinets and tenor saxes. It's going to be 3 flats for the tubas and the trombones and the flutes. And here is number 62. And this one is a very moderate speed. There's your first note, and here is encounter in 3. I'll count it in. Remember, we're in 3/4 time, so I'll count it in 3. 1, 2. That was 62. Why don't we move right on to 63? This one is in the same key signature. It's also in 3/4 time, but there's a couple of differences. There are 3 major differences, in fact. There are some 8th notes that are slurred that you need to pay attention to. It is a piano dynamic, which means soft or gentle, and it also has a pickup note. So we'll be breathing in on beat 2. We'll be playing at a gentle dynamic level, and we have some slurred 8th notes to pay attention to. So here is a simple waltz, number 63. 1, 2, 3, 1. That was 63. Great. So the next tune, I know all 3 of these first tunes are in 3/4 time. However, 65 does give us one change. We change key signatures, which means that altos you add an F sharp. It means that the B flat leaves for tenor sax and clarinet and trumpet. It means that the A flat leaves for trombones and tubas and flutes. And I've just come from Sydney. The Australian folk song also has pickup notes, but it's not a pickup quarter note this time. It's 2 pickup 8th notes. So it's also piano. We'll breathe on beat 2. Let's give it a try. 65 on page 17. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. Sorry, I had a slightly sticky valve there for that last note. Happens sometimes, I guess, even on a good old horn like Rusty. So that was 65. Now let's turn the page and look at 3 more. Also, well, in a row. 70, 71, 72. 70 is in 3/4 time. It is The Streets of Laredo. This is an American folk song. Now, in number 70, one of the really important things to pay attention to are the accents. Now, I hope that you remember what an accent means. An accent means that the beginning of the note is a little bit louder. It means that for reed players, you touch the tip of the reed a little bit harder with the tip of your tongue, and you give an extra little burst of air, just a little extra air pressure or push of air. It means for brass players and flute players that we press a little bit firmer with the tip of our tongue, making either a ta or a da sound. And we give a little extra push of, so a little bit firmer articulation and a little extra push of air as well. It means that the beginning of the note is louder. It doesn't mean that the whole note is just really, really loud. It means the beginning of the note is a little louder. Noticeably louder is what we're looking for. So in number 70, we also have first ending and second ending, and the accents. Let's give it a try. Here's page 18, number 70, The Streets of Laredo. All right. I'll count it in with 2 measures. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now we're going to move on to number 71. We've had folk songs from all over the place. Finally, we get a Canadian folk song. This one is called Donkey Riding. Now this one is in 2/4 time. We go back to the same key that we were playing in previously, which is no flats or sharps for the altos, B flats for the tenor, trumpet, and clarinet, A flats for the flute and tuba and trombones. And since we're in 2/4 time, I'll be counting it in 2. This one will be medium volume because it's mezzo forte. There's also some accents in this one. And I think what we'll do is I'm going to put an imaginary repeat sign at the end of number 71 because to me this song sounds a little strange when it's played. It almost sounds like it's played half length when you don't put in the repeat sign or an imaginary repeat sign. So we're going to do number 71. We're going to play it through twice as if there's a repeat sign at the end. At the end of the second time, we'll put in that fermata at the end. Okay, so here's number 71, Donkey Riding. Here's our starting note. And this is not too slow, so be ready. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1 and... One of my water keys was open a little bit. Yes, it was. That is annoying. Okay, so that was 71, Donkey Riding. 71. Finally, we're going to end today with 72, one that we looked at in the last video for grade 6s at Lawson Heights. This is a very famous tune by Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky. It is the theme to the Nutcracker, which is ballet, and the music to the ballet, which is usually associated with Christmas time. And hey, outdoors, it's nothing like Christmas time now. It is luckily springtime. But even though it isn't Christmas time, it's still, this is the kind of music you can play any time of year. This one is andante, so it's going to be at a very moderate and sort of a relatively slow tempo, in fact. Mezzo piano, medium soft. There is one part where it goes back or goes up to mezzo forte, and there are some accents as well. Remember, there's also a 1 measure repeat sign. That's the thing that looks like a division sign tilted sideways, or a percentage sign in measure 6. Okay, here's 72, theme from the Nutcracker. One, two, three. All right. By the way, because some people were asking, I thought I'd use Rusty today. Yeah, I know you haven't seen him for a while. He hasn't seen you for a while either. I know he's a tuba. I still refer to him as a he. It's my habit. What are you going to do? Well, so I'll end off this video by saying, I wish we were together in the band room making music. That would be the preferred way of doing this. Right now, we can't do it that way, so this is how I'm trying to reach out to you to stay in touch. As I've said before, you can work ahead in your book. You can work behind in your book. Some of you might be pages ahead right now thinking, Mr. Longstaff, we've left you behind. If that's true, fantastic. Good for you. If you're working along at the same pace as me, great. Keep it up. Remember, you can listen along. You can play along. And if anybody wants a Zoom lesson, all you got to do is email me, and I would be very glad to set up a time where I can listen to you play and give you suggestions, and we can just see each other face to face and chat a little bit. That would be nice. All right, so I think that's it for today. Stay safe, be healthy, and remember, I miss you. Take care, bye.